Hello, Internet, and welcome to the SwirlyCast, the only audio show that can be enjoyed by humans and yokai alike, and is the subject of being very delayed. Yeah, so for those of you who are coming here from the future and did not know everything that was going to happen, I mentioned at the last episode that I was going to be getting back to a more consistent schedule. Guess what happened? But we're back in full force today, and we are going to be talking about a game in particular that I really like. But before that, I should probably introduce myself. I am your host, Koma. Happy you decided to spend a few minutes out of your day to come hang out, and with formalities out of the way, what is on the mind today? This, my friends, is Sonic Riders. Now, there are going to be some people here who don't really know what Sonic Riders is all about. They mostly know it because of the last game, which pretty much tarnished the reputation of the series. So, still bitter. But, we're going to be talking about the original Sonic Riders that released in 2006 and was a part of the 50th anniversary and was the only good game released during that time. Shut up, you know that I'm right. But, Sonic Riders is a racing game, and yeah, that's the basis of it. In the game, you get to race around these racetracks using these things called extreme gears, essentially air-powered skateboards. Pretty cool concept for the time, and it makes things seem a little more futuristic than they usually do. I'd like to imagine that this is a timeline where technology has improved so much that, we're getting around not by running anymore, so, there's that. But I'd say that more for a Zero Gravity episode, which have no idea when that's going to be. But we're here talking about the original today, so let's go ahead and get on to this game's story. For what little there actually is a little bit to talk about here. In the pursuit of a great treasure in a place called Babylon Garden, Eggman enlists the help of the brand new Babylon rogues, Jet the Hook, Wave the Swallow, and Storm the Albatross. And their whole shtick is that they're thieves. And they're the ones who are going to be the main rivals for Team Sonic in this game. With the Babylon rogues in his back pocket and probably prior knowledge that Sonic will inevitably form a rivalry with Jet, Eggman opens up the X World Grand Prix, and this is going to be the main basis for the story mode. And it's pretty much just that. If you're playing as Team Sonic, you'll go through all the racetracks and just do whatever the crud you want. Team Babylon has a more diverse story, but it's a little more, loosely connected. Yeah, this game does a similar thing to Sonic Adventure 2, where things happen, and I really like this approach. It's just, it makes things kind of confusing as to what happens and when. Though, thankfully, a good guide made by the great Coleman, I think, will be a decent enough time thing. So if you want to see the full story, I would recommend go watching his LP, and it actually does show some pretty good tips and tricks for the original writers, which I'm going to be explaining to you anyway, so there you go. So, we got the story out of the way first, we got all of our new characters out of the way, let's get on to that gameplay, and this is probably when things are going to get complicated, so please bear with me. So, during the races, you are propelled forward by using your extreme gear. At ramps, you are prompted to do tricks. A big tip here that I can recommend when going off of ramps. If you want to do a higher jump, push back on the control stick or the down arrow key on your keyboard, and you'll do a very high jump. Or if you want to do a jump that has a lot more reach, then you'll just press forward and then vice versa. When in the air, you're going to be prompted to do a lot of tricks, so that means spinning that control stick every which way else, and you'll have to do tricks. Make sure that you land, and you'll get a higher rank, and you'll get more air. Air is the thing that lets you move forward. If you don't have any air, you're on the ground and you're infinitely slower and you're vulnerable to attacks. So yeah, this game is complicated. So I'm going to try and explain everything as best I can. The rings that you collect along the track will eventually get you a level up, level 2 and level 3. With your boost, you'll be able to go faster at the cost of some air, but you'll also enter a thing called attack mode. If you run into another racer who is not in that mode, you will attack them and then make them lose a level. Depending on how high you are, you'll be reducing them further. Level 3, I think, just resets them back to nothing, so, fun. And this is what makes Sonic Riders work. It's very complicated. The track design is very good. I will definitely say that, aside from a few instances, screwed. But for the most part, if you take things slow and eventually learn the mechanics, you will find your way winning through races. I can't say that you'll pass through the story mode, but eventually you will be able to do that. I eventually brute forced my way through as a kid, and I'm able to do it now so because of the fact that I found this really awesome guide, and I think it might be well worth your time. So I'm gonna put that into the description or in the card somewhere. I can't point to anywhere because we're not doing face cam, so it'll pop up here eventually. So let's go ahead and talk about some other things regarding riders. I can't speak for everything because I have not tried them, but from what I've heard, there's some awesome fan-made recreations out there who would take the Riders game and spruce it up so that you can play it competitively. I am, of course, referring to Sonic Riders Tournament Edition. Tournament Edition is a special build of the game that uses Dolphin, so you'll need the GameCube version of the game in order for it to work. I can't say how to get that, otherwise, FBI open up. But if you can get the version of the game on the GameCube, you'll be able to use Dolphin, and then you'll be able to play Tournament Edition through that team's Discord. I've seen footage of it, and it looks absolutely great. The thing is constantly updated with new features, and I just think it's a very well done recreation of the original game. Granted, it's probably not going to replace the original for me because I'm a boomer, so. But I guess if you want to play it in the modern day or you want to take it to the competitive scene, then yeah, I would honestly recommend playing Tournament Edition. It's a great time from what I've seen anyway. I can't confirm from past knowledge. Like, this isn't the first time that I've recommended something despite not playing it. Pac-Man Championship Edition, even though I just bought it on Steam, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, Sonic Riders. If you're cool with learning some of the deep mechanics and you're okay with some of the very cheesy dialogue, but this is a Sonic game, so that's nothing new. You'll find yourself a very well put together game. I especially like the cutscenes in this game. They are so expressive and so full of life. I love every single one of them. And I just think the story, as simple as it is, like, it offers some very comedic moments. I love the Balboon Rogues as characters. They're super wacky and super fun. That's what this game is. It just has a very feel good atmosphere that has a lot of mechanical depth if you're up for the challenge. It's not one of the easiest Sonic games to learn, nor will it be the easiest racing game that you'll probably ever play. If not, it will probably be one of the hardest. But if you're willing to put into the time, I'd say give it a shot. It'd be pretty fun. And I think that is a decent enough place to call this episode for now. Sonic Riders is a great game. Don't let the naysayers fool you. Although most of the time the naysayers are probably right, they're not about Sonic Riders. If you're willing to put in the time, like I said, it is a very rewarding game that will give you a nice experience. And also it has really amazing music. But that isn't new for Sonic, but like, I just gotta bring special attention to it in Riders because it is so good. But yes, that is where we will call our journey for now. With that, this has been Koma, and my friends, fellow viewers, and camaraderies alike. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the SwirlyCast. Until next time, bye bye! The Extreme Gears, huh? Kind of reminds me of a certain other game. I haven't played it though. Would like to.